Hey everyone, Julie Bartkus here, and I wanted to come to you live with a broadcast tonight about ending absenteeism and tardiness. And we're going to gear up for another great week of videos with you. So I just wanted to also test BeLive TV and see if it's behaving a little bit better than it did last time that we were on. So if you're viewing this and you can hear me, and I'm going to wait for some of you to jump on with me, go ahead and let me know that you can hear me okay. And then I want to talk to you today about call-outs. Let's see here. Call-outs, absenteeism, and tardiness. These are some of the common pains that we feel on Sunday evening. And I know from talking to directors and owners worldwide, it's one of the most common thoughts that comes up on Sunday nights. And we start having a lot of anxiety as the weekend progresses, thinking, who's going to call out sick today? Who's not going to show up? How are we going to manage the schedule? So that's what I want to talk to you a little bit about this evening. So we're just going to do a quick live broadcast. And again, I'm testing the sound quality too. So if you could hear me, please go ahead and shoot a comment through that you can hear me. And I'll see that come through on my screen. We did have some technical difficulties late last week when I had an interview with Watch Me Grow. So I just want to see if you can hear me okay. So if you're watching this and you could hear me, go ahead and let me know. And I'm getting ready to take a walk around the lake. But before I did that, I wanted to come to you with a live Sunday evening video. It was a fantastic 50-degree here day. Hey, Tanya, so you can hear me okay? All right, perfect. Good, I'm glad, because we sounded like chipmunks for about 20 minutes at the start of our last BeLive broadcast. So good. So it was a lovely 50-degree day, and I'm just about to go out to the lake and walk around. The sun has already set here, but I'm just like, just got to get outside. But before I do that, like I said, I really want to talk to you about these things today. Call out absenteeism and tardiness and how you start changing that in your childcare program. And the good news is that it's totally possible that you can change this, and people do change this. And actually, one of our childcare program of excellence mentorship members, the director in the group, just reported, Julie, for the first time in Monday, everybody showed up and they were ready to go. And I am so excited. So if you want to experience that kind of result, I want to share with you some of the secret strategies on this live broadcast. Does that sound good to you? Who's interested in hearing more about that? Go ahead and send me an, oh yes, please tell us. And again, we're dealing call-outs, absenteeism, and tardiness. Three big things that really plague us, especially on Sunday evenings. And we start to think about it, we worry, we have stress, we have anxiety, and we really want to change that for you. So if that is something that is of concern of yours, please go ahead and let me know through the comments. And this also lets me know that when you interact with me, and for those of you who know, I really thrive on interaction. So, used to be in the day and age where you would create the video and then you would upload it and post it. But now we've got these tools so we can make our videos very interactive and very engaging through BeLive TV and through Zoom. All right, so we're getting some yes here. Hey, Heather, thanks for tuning in. And we've got Tanya, too, as well, tuning in. Great. Fantastic. And, this should be a hot topic. And like I said, one of my motivations for being in this industry is to help alleviate the pain. And the word that I use a lot is the word dreamy, to create your dreamy childcare business and propel yourself, owners and directors, out of the pain that's associated with this industry, shortage of staff, not having enough staff, not having enough profits, not having enough enrollment. So we really work with our clientele to figure out, where do you need to start in your journey so that you can start turning things around. So I wanted to get into this a little bit with you tonight and share with you just a couple of ideas. I wrote a few things down because I know I could go on for hours about this. But there's a starting point to all of this. So how do you start to change call-outs, absenteeism, and tardiness? And I cannot tell you the amount of owners that will ask me, and the amount of directors that will say, Julie, tell me the one thing I need to do to change this. What's the strategy? Do we offer them money on Mondays, incentives? Do we build in kind of incentive programs for every time they show up to work in time? And those things are cool little perks, but it really doesn't change the behaviors that you want your team to be experiencing. And maybe you've experienced the same thing where it's like, well, we tried this incentive, or if they don't come in on time, then they start getting docked in their pay. And that is really a huge demotivating strategy, more so than it is a motivating strategy. So I'm going to give you a few ideas tonight. And if there's one thing that I could say that will totally change absenteeism, tardiness, oops, I think I already switched the page here, and call outs. If there's one thing that could change all of this for you, it's really about bringing your vision to life and having everybody be on board with your vision. So if I could summarize it that way in terms of one thing you need to be doing, it needs to be everybody's got to be sold on that vision. And this is where we see things change on a dime with staff and your enrollments, is when you're able to bring that vision to life. So here are some strategies that fall underneath bringing it to life in a big way. The first thing is you've got to change your thought process. Anytime worry and doubt and anxiety sets in, you've got to realize that you're creating those things in your head, and you have to go through this experience regardless of what the outcome is. So the best service that you can do yourself is to really stop focusing on the negative possible outcomes and start focusing on the positive outcomes. And like I've said many, many times before, what you focus on expands. This is why you never focus on your butt, seriously. But what you focus on expands. And this is true for everything, whether it's profitability, whether it's enrollments, whether it's staff. So what you focus on expands, and what we find out when we review surveys from all different kinds of workplaces is that it is so easy for leaders to pay attention to the people who are not doing the right things as opposed to the people who are doing the right things. And what I encourage you to do is to switch your focus around and start focusing on the people who are doing the right things. So think about all of your amazing staff who do come in on time, ready to go, and don't call out. Now, what I want you to do as the next step is to decide on what action you can take tomorrow. So first is changing your thoughts to focus on all the people who are doing the right things. The next step in the process is to decide on what action can I take to really support the people who are doing the right thing and to support the positive thoughts that I'm thinking around it, and just to make it fun for you. And that's where it's got to start. Owners, directors will ask me, Julie, how do we change it up? How do we get team members to feel excited coming into work on Monday mornings? My biggest question to them, you want to know what it is? Go ahead and type yes. Yes, 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 yes. Let me see your comments, and I'll tell you. Oh, I could drink tea. So go ahead and type me a comment through. Tell me yes. Yes, 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 yes. Hey, Gina, thank you. See, and I love interaction. I am just an interaction nut. So it motivates me. It will inspire me to come back and give you more. It will inspire me to talk to you longer. All right. So the question is, and this is big, this is really big, but we take it for granted, is how excited are you to come into work in the morning? Thank you, Heather. A small compliment goes a long way. Deborah, hey, Deborah, nice to see you back here. Hey, Philby, I think that's Shelly. Nice to see you. Miranda. Hey, Lulu's going to be signing on with us. So the question is how excited are you listening to this, to come into work on Monday morning? Now, you might be saying, well, I'm really excited when I get out of bed, but I'm not able to sustain that. So I want you to start thinking about your own Monday routine and how do you build things into that routine that will excite you and sustain you. And me personally, I love surprising people. I love Mondays being my day when I write my thank you notes or when people receive gifts from me or whatever it might be, because I know that sometime during the day, something amazing is going to happen, and that excites me. So you've got to switch what you're focusing on and then take action that supports what you're focusing on, and then build in as many ways as you could be excited about the day as possible. Now, this is important because let me ask you, how many of you have ever been around somebody who's just filled with amazing, positive energy? How do you feel after interacting with that person for only a few seconds? You feel positive, right? You feel uplifted. This is the power that you have, and you are way more powerful in your workplace than you give yourself credit for. You have the power to help people change their moods by the state of the mood that you're in. But if you go in and saying, okay, I'm positive, somebody dragged you down, this happened, this happened, this happened, now I'm not so positive, but man, they should all be positive, then that's really not leading by example. And what I share with my audiences is that the positive behaviors that we want to see our teams exhibit or display more often, we have to be modeling those like 150%, where the negative behaviors, they will take what we're doing and they'll take our negative behaviors and model those by 150%. They'll take our positive behaviors and only model those by about 50%. Right? So that means that we have to really, really, really bump up the energy level on Monday morning so our team members feel that level of energy, so they take away 50% and you're able to pass on 50% of that to them. The negative, so if we let one negative situation or two or three then change our mood, that's the model that we're setting, is that one thing, two things, three things can really throw us a curveball and take us off track and on course where now we're just going to have a really crappy day. So purposefully decide right now what your day is going to be like tomorrow, and then purposefully think about action that you can implement to sustain that mood. Like I said, you're going to go through whatever you have to go through regardless of what the outcome is. So why not start projecting the best possible energy and changing the feeling up inside of your workplace? And those are going to be the things that help you eliminate all of your call outs, your absenteeism, and tardiness. And what I'm sharing with you, it's amazing. These things work like magic. We're looking for that one big secret key, but I've got them to share with you. I've got the secrets. Doing this for almost 2 decades in the childcare industry. I've seen it work magic. And Ashley, like I said at the start of this, one of our clients, she said, Julie, this stuff is working. And we had absolutely no call outs on Monday, and she was on cloud 9 because her day was so much better. So these secrets, these strategies that I'm sharing with you during this live broadcast are the same things that we work through with our Childcare Program of Excellence Mentorship members. So, hey, Arletta, good to see you again. Look forward to our call tomorrow. And that reminds me too, and I want to make sure that we take just a minute to make sure that everybody gets our free gift offer. If you are an owner tuning into this broadcast, or your owner's not watching this broadcast, but your owner needs to watch this broadcast, make sure you pass along this free gift offer. And that is I want to do a 20-minute business breakthrough strategy session with you, where you and I are on the phone one-on-one, and we talk about your business and we get you started with your next best steps for what you want to accomplish. We have clients who come to us to increase enrollments. We have clients who come to us to really change their staffing situation. We have clients who come to us because they want more profitability. And I tell you what, staff motivation is one of the biggest profit killers. Some of our multi-site clients, it's $14 million has leaked out of their pocket from unmotivated staff. And I get really excited when I calculate these numbers because it shows me what your profit potential is. So if we see that $14 million is leaking out, we know, yes, you could get $14 million back in. So I want to offer you this 20-minute business breakthrough strategy session. All you need to do is shoot me either a comment or a private message here on my Facebook page or wherever you're watching this. It might even be on my personal page. I know I've got a lot of personal connections here also. So I hope you'll claim this gift. I know Arletta has claimed hers. But I do look forward to helping you create your positive, productive, and profitable childcare business. And you might be thinking, well, Julie, why can't we do this with the directors? And after working in this industry for so many years, change has to start from the tippy top of the organization downward. If we go in at the middle and we try to fix staff or try to fix one problem without fixing the entire picture, there's not long-lasting positive results. So I want to make sure that we start with the very, very top of the organization so we can have a tremendous impact. Because that's what I like to feel is the tremendous impact. I like to see all of you here too. This is fun. All right. And if you like this video and like the information I've been sharing with you, please, please, please tag somebody who could benefit from this. Yes. Hi, Tanya. I want a dreamy childcare staff. Yeah, I know. And we could get you there. We can so get you there easier than you think too. I'm working with a trainer, and I'll tell you more about this journey as I progress with my videos, but now I'm working with a trainer. I've bumped up my health and my fitness, and it's really amazing because we're really stripping back all of the things that I would do that really made it hard. Like I would do spin class 5 days a week. Now I've got to minimize that to like 1 or 2 days. Somebody who knows how to get you there fast will get you the results that you want in record time. So if this is something you've been struggling with for a year, 2 years, 10 years, 30 years, 40 years, you might want to get yourself a coach or a mentor, and I'm here, happy to help. But get yourself a coach or a mentor who could help you transform it in record time. They can see the big picture where you can't because you're way too close to that picture. So when you're in it, you can't step back and see the picture. And there's a famous quote that I love around that. I forgot who said it, but it's a very powerful quote. So let's recap some of what we talked about in terms of eliminating call-outs, absenteeism, and tardiness. Once people feel like they're really on board and excited about your vision, they're going to not want to miss 1 minute of what unfolds throughout the day. They know that they are a valued member of the team. Performance will decline in your workplace when they feel like what difference does it make. And this is when we see good performers turning into mediocre performers, turning into not so good performers. So you really want to recognize the behaviors that you want team members to be displaying more often. This might mean that tomorrow morning before everybody comes into work, you are there, ready to go, on fire. You've got maybe kudo bars that you're going to hand out to everybody. And when they come through that door in the morning, you are going to say, woohoo, glad you're here on time, ready to go. Today is going to be a fantastic day, and I'm thrilled that you're here to be a part of it. You give them a high five, a fist bump, a handshake, a hug, and a kudo bar, and send them on their way. And you do that for every single staff member because we need to increase awareness that it is important. And it sounds a little crazy because you're like, yeah, but they should know to come in on time. But if you've had staff motivation issues going on for a long time and there's no consequences for people's behavior, that's really setting the protocol for what's acceptable. So if they think those things are acceptable, what's really the motivation to want to make a constructive change happen? Now, if you have any questions, feel free to submit those through. I see Amy with us and Tanya, Arletta, Deborah. Let me see if I'm missing anybody here. But you could even just send me a hello. And even after this broadcast wraps up, I will continue to read the comments and respond to any. And I love doing the live video and the live interaction. To me, it's the next best thing to being there with you live at a speaking engagement. And this coming week, I'll be in New Hampshire and Boston. We've got our Boston intensive coming up, and I'll be speaking at New Hampshire with Childcare Aware. So if you're in New Hampshire, I think they still have seats available. We're up to over 100-something people that will be in my group for that day. But there's still some seats available that you can grab. And the full day is going to be about staff motivation. And regardless of how high our clients get their profitability, whether we have clients who break $1 million or we have clients who are fully enrolled. The continuous piece of the journey is always the staff motivation and not having turnover in parents. So you might be in a location where your turnovers are on fire and it's exciting because you don't have a shortage of people to fill your enrollment spots, but you do find that people don't stay on for the lifetime that you could possibly serve them. Then we need to go back and really look at the staff motivation quotient and say, okay, what's the missing piece here? All right, so let's see what your questions are. Let's see, Debbie had one. Debbie, I'm going to show your question. Amy had a question too. Any advice for starting day one? We open March 20th. Amy, I've got so many suggestions for you. I'll show her question here just so we know what I'm addressing. And congratulations. I'm very excited for you, March 20th. Woohoo! The biggest thing, and I'm not sure what it is that you really want to have happen prior to you opening. I'm not sure if it's enrollments that you need to fill or if it's motivated staff. So if you want to send me a couple more details, I could see if I could answer that question for you. But if you're opening on March 20th, make sure that along the line somewhere, you do a ribbon cutting ceremony, you get the mayor there, you get some press around your efforts, and it's easier to do than you think. We have clients who land on the first page of the newspapers, and then there's all kinds of different things that you can do once there's press releases and you're printed in the paper. There's all different kinds of marketing things that you could do from there. So let me know if there's any specific questions I can answer for you, Amy, but definitely make a big stink about it. Call your chamber, invite business people over, have a celebration. So that would be one of the things I would be planning. It doesn't necessarily have to be March 20th, which is your first day, but it could be the following weekend, the following month, whatever it might be, but make a big to-do about that. So let me know if you have additional questions, because I'm not sure which direction to answer your question in, if it's in terms of enrollments or if it's in terms of staff and something that you want to do there. So you let me know. All right. And Debbie Kapinski has a question. I'm going to show her question. I'm trying to stay above the comments here with my head. Debbie's question is, so if a staff person comes in late, you still give them the treat and good job? If somebody comes in late, I would not give them a good job. So I don't appreciate people for not doing a good job because that sets a false pretense as well. So what you might want to do is get yourself there 5 minutes before everybody else shows up for the kudos. And then, everybody who's there on time and ready to go gets that special treat, gets that special acknowledgement. And people want acknowledgement. It could be negative or it could be positive, but people want that acknowledgement. So what you need to do, though, if you're implementing this strategy, is to do it consistently for a period of days, and then you could vary it. So it's like you might do it 3 or 4 days in a row, and then take a step back and do it every other day, do it once a week, but you vary it up so people never know when this is going to be happening. But at first, I would do it for people who are there on time, ready to go, give them a handshake, give them a high five, whatever it is, and really make a big to-do out of those folks. And then there's going to be gossip that spreads throughout your organization. So basically I would be like, okay, it's a minute before somebody's time to start. They don't get the treat. They're not here on time and ready to go. So we're not talking about people just rushing through the door. They're ready. But without me knowing your team specifics, it's a tough question for me to answer. And here's my overall belief, Debbie, is that if you give people a light bright enough to step into and the opportunity to really shine, they're going to take you up on that. They really want to step in that direction. So I hope that helps. So I'm always looking, even if I have team members who are coming in late, it might be like, oh, is everything okay? Is there any additional support you need from me? What's the specific situation that's going on? But I also don't tolerate much of it mentally, meaning I don't play into people's stories. So if somebody is repetitively sick, I'm like, oh, well, take care of yourself, and then I mentally release it. So I'm not carrying their energy with me throughout the day, and I'm not trying to figure out things from their perspective. which is really important. I'm looking at this sheerly from a leadership perspective. And am I releasing the energy? And did I set myself up for success? And can I move forward with having a great day in spite of? So that's really big too. So like I said, if somebody's going to show up late, I release it. And I'm just like, all right, well, that's your choice. I don't look into their story. And then the team members know they're not getting that kind of attention from me when those things happen. So anytime you give your attention into something, it is like a positive reinforcement of what that thing is. So be really careful in terms of what you reinforce in your workplace, but also give them that light that's bright enough to step into so that they really can shine, and that they want to shine more than they don't want any kind of attention. So don't give the negative attention. Of course, there has to be consequences for behaviors. But like I said, people will change on a dime if you give them that bright light to step into. And you can even take a flashlight and say, here's the bright light. I'm waiting for you to step into it. Let me know how I can support you. And tomorrow I'll be doing the same thing. And I'll be here, kudos, and you have the opportunity to, to get acknowledged. So that's the way that I would approach it. And let me know if you have follow-up questions, Debbie, because I know it's hard when I don't know the very specifics of your organization. So the work I do, we do a lot of private, customized programs where I get to interact with the team personally. I do pre-consults so that I'm really getting a feeling for what the team dynamic is and how long you've been struggling. And also, if you're an owner watching this, remember, we've got a free gift. All you have to do is private message me, and you qualify, if you're an owner, to get a free business breakthrough session with me, and we'll get you on the calendar for a time that works for both of us so that we can have a one-on-one private conversation. So if you would like that, please make sure you message me. We only have limited spots available each week, but while I'm coming to you live with these videos, I thought it would be a great gift to give away. All right. What else do I want to tell you? I was going to tell you something else too, in addition to the gift. Oh, yeah. If you know somebody who should be watching this, but they're not, please tag somebody in the industry. Everybody I hear is talking about absenteeism, tardiness, call outs, and how do we deal with it? And we're turning this around in organizations worldwide, and I'd love to be able to help. Also, if you're digging this video, please make sure you comment. Make sure you give me a heart, because I love too, or give me a thumbs up, a like, and we'll continue to do these videos for you. We've got to figure out like what is the best time to come on air, so to speak. But the cool thing is the replay will be available. All right. Debbie says, thank you. I am an owner. All right, Debbie, if you want to get on the phone for a free session with me, please feel free to do so. All right. So I hope that helps you, Debbie. Let me show here. Tanya's got a question. All right. Tanya says she has a staff member that was having trouble with arriving on time for work. I did a coaching and we discussed any solutions. Since then, she has done a fabulous job 3 months in a row. Any suggestions for recognition, motivation, or acknowledgement? Yes. I really believe that we should all have a stack of, with this comment up, I don't know if you guys can see my face. I'm kind of hidden behind the comment. Let me hide her comment. All right. So what can you do for acknowledgement? All right. So there's lots of different ideas for appreciation, for acknowledgement. I think the best thing you could do is get yourself some note cards and hand write some notes to people. And you can never do enough of this. And the thing is that repetition is really the key to success with everything that you do. It's another one of my fantastic keys to success. But it really is. It's a huge thing. And often we're like, oh, well, I wrote everybody handwritten notes once. Now what's the next thing I need to do, Julie? We need candy. We need this. There is nothing so powerful as a handwritten note from your heart. And you could tell that staff member, I so appreciate the opportunity to have that one-on-one conversation with you. And since then, you have done a fantastic job in turning this around, and your light shines brightly. And I'm thrilled to be in your energy zone today as we change the lives of the kiddos in our care. So I'm really, really great with the positive words. And I love to do that too. But old school relationship building is really, it's kind of dead. It's really taken a back seat, and we need to bring it back to life. And it's great to get a little note on the computer or whatever, but there's nothing like a handwritten note or a card with somebody's energy right on it, meaning you wrote right on that note saying, oh my goodness, I so appreciate this thing that you did. And not only because it will transform their energy, but your energy also gets transformed in the process of writing that note. And we have a closed group for our Child Care Program of Excellence mentorship members. One is for our owners and one is for our directors. And Sunday is our gratitude Sunday. So in there, we're encouraging everybody to write out all the different things that they're grateful for. And we encourage them to do 5 different things each week, because it really gets ingrained into you about how amazing your life is and the blessings that you have in front of you. And it helps to switch your focus onto those things so that you're not thinking about the negative. Because Sunday nights, it is an easy time to say, oh my goodness, who's going to call out tomorrow? And then not only are you thinking those thoughts, you're spreading those thoughts around. So then you're creating this negative energy zone all around you with the negative expectation. And you might try to change it where Monday morning you say, you know what? I am pumping myself up. I'm going to give myself a positive thought. But then you're not really feeling the positiveness inside of you. And that's some of the deep work that we do, is to make sure that you've got consistency, congruency with how you feel on the inside to what you're expressing on the outside, so that your life is joyous and happy personally and professionally. All right. Any other comments? All right. How do we do? Did you guys get some good tips and strategies? Send me some comments too. Let me know. And I'm going to wrap this up in just a few moments. But if you have anything else for me, let me know. And it's great seeing so many of you here. And like I said, I hope you'll share this video. I hope you'll tag somebody. I hope you'll comment on it. And my goal is to I'm going to try to do one of these a day. And I've got different hot topics. And if you have anything that you would really like to hear me speak on, let me know. But these are things that are time-tested, result-getting strategies. But if you're not getting the vision piece of this right, nothing else you do is going to make a difference. It's going to be like slapping Band-Aids on things and hoping that the sore just goes away. I'm all about really getting to the root cause of what's going on so we can treat that and all the symptoms disappear. Things like absenteeism, call outs, and tardiness. These things are all symptoms. When staff members complain about money, it's symptom. When there's gossip going on, it's symptom. We have to really treat the root cause to make a big transformation happen. And that's why we changed the name of our page, or added Transformationalist to the page, because we hear that over and over and over and over and over again from our clients, is that this helped me to transform our program. This helped me to transform my life. All right, let's see what other comments I see. We're getting a few through here. All right. This is Miranda. Thank you. She says, great information. Fantastic. Nice to have you here, Miranda. I'm going to hide you. And this is Shelly. Shelly is one of our mentorship members. There she goes by Philby here. Idea of just letting things go and getting on with a fabulous day. Yeah, switch what you focus on. It is so important. You can choose right now to see what you've always experienced in the past, or you can choose to adopt a new mindset to focus on things that have yet not come into fruition for you. Either way, your mind doesn't know the difference. It doesn't know the difference between something you imagine and something that is real. So it's really important, when you let your thoughts drift and your imagination get carried away, that it gets carried away towards the results that you want to experience. And the video that I did yesterday goes a little bit deeper into that, and dealing with the law of attraction. I encourage you to watch that video. Just scroll down one, it's right there, and watch that video, and then let me know how that makes a difference for you. All right, and here's another comment from Tanya. Staff motivation is always a great topic. We care about them. Yeah, of course you do. And the big words that I hear from everybody in this industry is we want staff to be happy. And there's something funny too, where everybody says there's no I in team. Here, there's no I in team. I don't know. Did you see that picture where it's like there's no I in team, and then like in between the letters, there's actually like an I? I believe that there absolutely is an I in team, and that is because every single team member needs to be striving towards becoming top notch. Not necessarily in what we do, but in who we're being. And if we take a group of people who are committed to being the best they absolutely can be, we're going to have a fantastic team that really stands out from anybody else in our area, in our community. So there is an I in team. It all starts with each individual doing their fair share, and really being committed to being top notch. It goes a step further. It starts with the owner being committed to being top notch, to showing up in a big, amazing, energetic way. So tomorrow, when you're thinking about staff motivation and who's going to call out sick or who's not going to call in at all, switch your thoughts, focus on the people who are going to be there. Pay them kudos, write them a handwritten note, whatever you're going to do. Show up before they get there so you can make them aware of how important it is that they're on time and ready to go. And it could be, woohoo, awesome, you're here on time, ready to go. Today's going to be a fantastic day. I'm thrilled that you're here to be a part of it. And that's your greeting. It's not, hey, how are you? How was your weekend? It's not that. It's restating the goal and how that aligns with the vision and how they are critically important to making your vision come into fruition. All right, has this been helpful? If it's been helpful for you guys, if you could send me an oh yeah down at the bottom. And remember, the free gift I have for you, if you are an owner, message me, get on our calendar to have a private breakthrough growth, a business breakthrough growth strategy session with me, where you and I will spend 20 minutes of alone time on the phone, figuring out your next best steps. And that's a free gift that we're offering right now for a limited time until our calendar gets totally crazy. And this week I'll be traveling to Boston and New Hampshire. So, oh yeah, I love it. Okay, hey Sarah. So I'm going to put your comments up here because this is the fun thing you do with this. Sarah Tuttle says, love it. Thank you, Sarah. Hi, Ju. And then we've got Miranda. Oh, yeah. Thanks. And I love the interaction of this. Like I said, this is, why I'm doing this, because I could come here live and interact with you. And lots of times I'm on a plane, hopping all over the place to go and interact with my audiences. So it's really cool that we've got this resource in place where I could come to you live and do this. If you have follow-up questions for me or what you want to see a video on perhaps tomorrow, please let me know, put them in the comments, and of course, tag somebody who could benefit from this. My vision is so that every childcare owner and director has their dream team in place, and not only a dreamy professional life, but a dreamy personal life, and to help you establish congruency with how you're feeling personally, how you're feeling professionally, and the song that you're singing all throughout the day, because you make a huge difference. And this is an industry unlike any others where you can impact the lives of so many people in so many ways. It's truly a remarkable industry. So my vision is to not have you sit there in pain with any of this, but to propel you to a place where it's joyful, it's happy, it is. My favorite word, dreamy. I'm Julie Bartkus, and I hope you'll rewatch this. I hope you'll share it, tag somebody, give me some love, and I'll be back with another video very soon. My goal is to do another one for you tomorrow. Bye, everyone. Great to be here. Happy Sunday.